So about 4 years ago, I came down with tonsillitis. So my tonsils swelled up, and I couldn't swallow, I couldn't speak, breathing was hard to do, and I was in intense pain. I had a huge fever, and so I went to see my doctor. And the doctor was examining me, like shining the light in my mouth, and he was like, "Wow, I've never seen a case look that bad," which is not a comforting tone to hear from a physician. Like when you go to your doctor, you really don't want to hear the equivalent of, "Golly." He's like, "Well, you're really sick. You should go to the emergency room." I'm like, "Okay, great, because I can't actually ask for a second opinion. I can barely breathe. I'm going to just go where you send me." So I go to the emergency room, and I'm sitting in, I guess, the admitting chamber, the waiting room, and I realize my dad doesn't know I'm sick. My dad's my emergency contact, and since I do have this extreme fever, I realize my brain is sort of cooking inside my own body, which maybe explains why I went through the thought process of, I need to contact my dad. There's going to be billing questions, but my dad doesn't have a cell phone, so I can't text him. I can't call him because I can't speak. And I don't have a smartphone, so I can't send him an email or anything. And my dad doesn't answer the phone. It's just something he does. He has an answer machine hidden in an alcove. And the only people who call him are me and telemarketers, so he just basically ignores the phone and then checks back later. So it seems perfectly reasonable to me to think, oh, I can text a status update to Facebook where I have family members who will then contact him. And I should note, this is like Wednesday or Thursday where I'm in the emergency room. Saturday and Sunday, I was fine. Monday, I suddenly get sick, and now I'm in the hospital. So none of my friends know that I'm sick, which I think is why they reacted poorly to the status update. In the emergency room, could someone call my dad and tell him not to screen his phone calls this weekend? It might be important. And I just hit send, like that's taken care of, and I go into the ICU where there is no cell phone signal. And I'm just in a state of bliss because I've got an IV in me with antibiotics, painkillers, saline, because I'm dehydrated. I'm drinking nothing, and the pain's going away, the swelling's going away. I have TV. I don't have TV at home. It's like, oh, this is great. And everyone's just freaking out on Facebook, except my family members who know my dad, and they're like, cool, we're on it. So I'm just there in the hospital, chilling, having a great time, like waking up and passing out because there's nothing to do but lie in the bed with these tubes in my arm. And around 1 in the morning, I wake up because I hear this screaming, and it's just this guy screaming stuff like, "Oh God, no! Please, no, not this! Anything but this!" Like he'd woken up and found that one of his limbs is missing, or he's come in and he sees his son dead. And it's just this screaming going on, and it just cuts off in the middle of a word. Like the door suddenly closed, or he's passed back out, and there's no commentary. It's just all of a sudden, this happens, and then nothing. And then I moved out of the emergency room into my actual room, where I no longer have control of the TV. So all I have to hear now are a home improvement marathon. And then, this is 2011, the Republican primary debates for the presidential election. So I'm listening to a very different sound now. And the candidates are all talking about the news of the day. Anwar al-Awlaki had just been assassinated by the president. He was one of the Americans on the president's kill list. And I knew the name because I'd heard about him in the news a few years before when his father went to the Supreme Court and said, tell me why you have to kill my son. Like, what are the charges? What are anything? And the court said, you don't get to ask that question. You don't get to ask the president why your son has to die. And of course, 2 weeks to the day later, they killed his grandson, Abdurrahman, the 16-year-old from Colorado. And so I was just sitting in the hospital room, listening to the candidates debate this moral void, all of them jumping over each other, say, oh no, I'll do more. I'll kill more. I'll be worse and kill even more Americans. I don't even care. And I just had to sit and listen to it because it seemed there was no other option, no other opinion. And it was the echoing of that sound from the night before of this screaming in response to a severance, a sundering of that which can't be made whole again. and it felt like there was no other options. I just lay back and wait for the bill to come due. Except that same weekend is when Occupy took to the streets of Philly. And it started to seem, once again, there is another way for things to go.